Hi friends, very good morning. Myself Dr. M.H. Annaya, Vice Principal, Saptagiri College of Engineering. Friends, today we are going to have the projection of cylinders. And I am very sure all of you would have seen this cylinder. A cylinder is a solid and it is a solid of revolution, and this solid is obtained when a rectangle ABCD A, B, C, D is rotated about this axis. If you rotate like that, you are going to get a cylinder. So, a cylinder is a solid of revolution, and it is similar to our prisms. Throughout the height of the solid, the cross sections are the same. A cylinder has got a bottom face, a top face, and these two faces are connected by a curved periphery, a cylinder. So, a cylinder is defined by the diameter and the height of the object. Now, in today's discussion, we are going to have the projections of a cylinder resting on one of the end generators on HP. What is this end generator, friends? In case of prisms, we have got the so-called the longer edges. In case of pyramids, we have got the slant edges connecting the base to the vertex. But in case of cylinders and cones, we do not have any such edges. So, we have number of lines, imaginary lines called as end generators connecting the top face to the bottom face. And here I have just shown one such generator. So, basically, the top and the bottom can be connected by an innumerable number of the end generators. Two such generators are one on the right side, one on the left side. Now, coming to the placing of the object, generally there are two important problems in this. The first problem is the cylinder resting on one of the end generators. I have shown you this end generator. So, in any of the initial position, unlike the pyramids and cylinder, is very simple. Place the object as it is on HP and obtain its top and front views irrespective of the problem given. Here what I do, I place the object on HP, and if you look from the top, you see a circle of the given diameter and the height is seen in the form of this rectangle. So whenever any cylinder is placed on HP, on its bottom face, the top view is a circle and the front view is a rectangle having dimension the height O1 and the diameter as the width. So in today's problem, we have a cylinder of diameter 50 mm, means this diameter is 50 mm, and the axis 60 mm. Axis means from the center of the top face to the center of the bottom face is given as 60 mm. Rests on one of its end generators on HP. I showed you there are number of generators. This is one such generator on the curved periphery. It is going to rest on that. So what is to be done? I move ahead with the problem by drawing the top and front views of the solid where it is resting on its circular end, one of the circular end on HP. So I will be marking this XY line, mark VP and HP indicating the first angle projection. Write the top view. Top view, I told you, it is a circle of the given diameter. So I just divided into 4 parts to start with, and I will show the dimension of this circle as 50 mm, and it is indicated in drawing as 550, means 5 indicates diameter, 50 mm the dimensions of that circle. So corresponding to this, the front view I told you it is going to be a rectangle. So top view you got a circle, front view is going to be a rectangle with height is equal to 60 mm and width is equal to 50 mm. So let me complete that to start with. So I will be just taking this, mark the height of the solid. The solid height is given as 60 mm and I am marking 60 mm here. The height of the solid, the length of the axis, mark the center of this by axis line dash dot like this. So this is O. O dash is the corresponding front view. O1 is the center of the bottom face. This is O1 dash. Now this represents the front view, a rectangle having the width is equal to the diameter of the circle and height is equal to height of the axis or length of the axis. Friends, now you can see in the front view. Before that, let me mark these points, and before that, let me have a small discussion about these. In case of cylinders and cones, we do not have any of these vertical edges or slant edges. We have a curved periphery, curved surface connecting the top and bottom surfaces. So to get number of points on the top and bottom faces, this top view of the object, that is a cylinder, is divided into number of equal parts. So minimum 4, 8, 12 and so on. More the number of parts you divide, better will be the curve you are going to get. Hence I am going to divide this circle into 8 equal parts. How to get that? Draw a vertical line. You get it divided into 2 parts. Another horizontal line. Now it has become 4. Further draw a line at an angle of 45 degrees to the horizontal. Again another line perpendicular here. And now the whole circle in the top view is divided into 8 equal parts. So now I will be just marking this as A, B, C, D, E. B, C, D, E, F, G. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. A, B, C, D, E, F. This is going to be G and this is H. Remember friends, while dividing this circle into number of equal parts, we have to make use of proper instruments and see that if the construction is correct, the vertical drawn through this point B, the generator, should pass through H. Likewise, the one drawn through D should pass through F and so on. So here I am going to draw these projectors in the front view are the generators, or call them as generators, and this is one such generator, this is the second generator. So I will mark them as usual as this is A, B and H. A dash, B dash, H dash. Then this is C dash, G dash, O dash for the center of the top face, D and F, D dash, and this is F dash. The last one is E dash. Similarly for the bottom face, similar marking, I add just one here. So this will become A1 dash, B1 dash, H1 dash, C1 dash, G1 dash, this is E1 dash. So these are the different generators. I have shown 8 such generators. In the front view friends, you can see the last generator. There are 2 end generators. One is A dash A1 dash and the other is E dash E1 dash. They are called the 2 end generators. Generally you will have space to draw the figure to the right side. So we are going to rotate the object on this last generator. Now friends, if you call this as figure number 1, in figure number 1 we have the top and front views of the cylinder, and the cylinder is divided into 8 number of equal parts. Now I have marked this A dash, B dash, etc. for the top face. Similarly for the bottom face I have done. And since A1 dash, B1 dash, etc. are covered by A dash, B dash, etc. I am going to mark double marking here. So A, under A I just mark A1 inside the bracket. Similarly E, I am going to mark E1, and G, G1, F, Fn, and so on and so forth. So now the object is resting on its circular, one of the circular ends on HP. The front view is a rectangle, and the last line here, that is E dash E1 dash, is one of the end generator. This is one end generator. He says the object has to rest on one end generator on HP. It rests on one of the end generator on HP. So I am going to redraw this figure as figure number 2, wherein the object is made to rest on XY line on this line E dash E1 dash. So I am going to write this figure number 1. with the same dimension such that you will be able to get the corresponding front view. So the last line is E dash E1 dash. So I will mark it as E dash, and this is E1 dash. On the other end, A dash, E1 dash. The last, these two generators I will show here. Same dimension. What are the dimension you have got? Just repeat them. So these are the dimensions you are getting here. So this is going to be B dash H dash. This is O dash axis is here. So this is O dash, O1 dash. This is B1 dash, H1 dash, A1 dash. And here is going to be above that E, you have got D dash F dash, D dash, F dash. Bottom side D1 dash, F1 dash. Friends, you have seen, I have drawn this figure 1 again here such that one of the end generator of the solid, that is the cylinder, is resting on HP. So I can just mark here end generator on HP. End generator on HP. That is this E dash E1 dash. And here this end generator was perpendicular. Now I have made that to lie on the XY, that is the line of intersection of the vertical plane and the horizontal plane. So before I write this top view, I would like to give some more information about this cylinder. Friends, remember, whenever the cylinder is placed on HP, initially the top view is a circle, the front view is a rectangle, and whenever it is made to rest on one of the end generator on HP, you can see very well the front view is a rectangle, top view is a rectangle. So you can have it as a generalized statement that whenever any of the cylinder rests on HP on one of the end generators like this is seen as a rectangle in the top view and as a rectangle in the front view, and the axis is always parallel to HP. So I am going to get an identical figure in the top view similar to this in all the respect. So I can simply project a line from here and the line from the extreme end and complete this top view. So it is going to be another rectangle. So only the border lines I am showing dark because all other generators are all imaginary and they don't exist in fact. So I am going to mark this line also by thin line. Again from here another thin line. We have the axis. So this is the top view when the object is resting on one of the end generator. Let me name them. On this you get G, then HF. You get this as G, H comma F. This is O comma O1. Also includes A and E. This is O. This is A comma E. And next comes BD, B comma D. The last one is C. So I got all these A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So similarly for the bottom face, you have got these points, that is G1, H1, F1. Yes, repetition of these. A1, comma E1, comma O1. O1 is the axis, and this is B1, comma D1. Last one is C, comma C1. Friends, you can see here the front and top views in the second position. If I call this as figure number 2 and figure number 3, they are exactly identical. That means this will be very obviously 50 mm diameter, and this will be the length which is equal to 60. These two figures 2 and 3 are exactly identical. Next, if you observe this figure, he says the sun HP and one of the end generators such that the axis is inclined at 30 degrees to VP. What is the axis now? The axis is O1, that is parallel to XY, and I can say here the axis parallel to VP. And there are two more things to be observed here. Whenever the cylinder is resting on HP, on one of its end generators, the length of the axis O1 in the front view, that in the top view, O comma O1, these are the dashes. So they will be exactly same and there won't be any change in the dimension. Hence, when you are drawing the figure, the last position, when the axis is inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to VP, suppose it is the figure I am drawing, 30 degrees to VP, there, since there is no change in the length of the axis, if they say, whether they say the axis inclined to VP, or the top view of the axis inclined to VP, or the axis appears to be inclined to VP, it is one and the same, and we are not going to take any locus of the end. Now, in the problem he says the axis at 30 degrees to VP. This problem can also be given like this, resting on one of the end generators on HP, such that the plane containing the axis and the end generator, that is this rectangle, has become a line here. They can also specify the same problem in a different way. Like this, instead of telling that the axis of the solid is inclined to VP, they can also say the plane containing the axis and the end generator on which its stress is inclined at an angle, because this plane is seen as a line here. So I am going to redraw this figure 3 as figure number 4 with the same dimension. Only the thing is, this is to be drawn on a line inclined at an angle of 30 degrees to VP. So this figure I am drawing like this. So let me complete that figure. The same rectangle, the height is 60, that this is going to be 60. For a clarification, just write down here 60, this is also 60, a very 60. The last lines, all these lines I will draw. These lines, the generators, this point is O, this is O1, the extreme point is G and C, this is G, last one, this is C, other points are H comma I, H comma I, this is B comma D, this is B comma D. So let me mark the bottom portion after I complete that. Friends, here you can see, here we have redrawn this figure, the top view of the second figure, and this has got a dimension similar to the figure number 3. The top face of the cylinder, this top face is nearer to the observer, our bottom face is nearer to VP. So the observer will be able to see the complete base of the solid. Hence I am going to take 8 points from here and 8 points from the top face here. And this what happens when you are inclining like this. It was kept like this, you got a rectangle. Here I am drawing like this. Friends, you can see this face of the solid, which is nearer to the observer, that is the top face, is completely visible to the observer. So I am going to take 8 points from here, 8 points from here, starting from point A and get the complete figure. So this figure is going to become an ellipse. So ellipse will have the major dia and this minor dia depends on the angle of inclination. So let me get all these points here now, HF and etc. G, HF, this is A comma E is here. So get all these points. So let me take, I'll start this from point A. I'll start from point A and complete the solution. So point from A, vertical from A, horizontal from A, this is the extreme end, I will call it as A dash. Likewise E, vertical from E, horizontal line from E, the point of intersection is E dash. Now exactly in the center, you have the axis, it will come exactly here, in the center of this AE, I will call it as O dash. Likewise, I will be able to get B and H on this will be B comma H. So B and H will come on this, B is here, H is the other end, this is B, same equal distance on the other end, you will get H, this is B dash, that is H dash, Then this is the axis, and also you got A and E here, that is D and F. D and F. So D is here, F here. Likewise, you get here the other 2 points, mark them, join all these points by a smooth continuous curve. It should be a continuous curve and it should be smooth. There should not be any straight line in between. So you are going to get the complete top face seen as an ellipse. Friends, as per the discussions we had in the previous sessions on prisms, whatever the surface you see here or whatever the portion you are getting here, an identical face is obtained for the bottom also. So if I start with this G, this is G, the last one is C1 and this is A1 comma E1. So if you take similarly, you are going to get one more figure exactly similar to the top face. So this width is going to be exactly equal to that. So I will just complete this. Suppose it is the maximum width. Center point is O1. Topmost point here, this is A dash. This is going to be A1 dash. The last point, this is A, B, C. C dash. B. This point is E. We have got A, B, C, D, E. Yes. These points you have got here. So you will get one more such identical figure between these 4 points. So here if you observe, friends, when you look from the front, the half the portion of the bottom page is not visible, whereas the border of that object is visible. So you are going to have only half ellipse and remaining part, this half ellipse is not visible to the observer. Hence, I am going to show that by a dotted curve. So if we have this AB and this is H dash, A1 dash, this is B1 dash, this is C1 dash, ABE, then comes D and F, right? So we have such curve like this, and this is E, this point is E1, and if you want you can show all other generators, the axis to be shown here by dash dot, etc. Friends, if you observe the final front view, you will see that the top end of the object, which is resting on one of the end generators on HP, is completely visible, and this figure will represent the front view wherein the bottom half of the solid, the cylinder, is shown by dotted line, since that is not visible to the observer. And here the axis of the solid is at an angle of 30 degrees to BP. So once again, a sort of revision I can have for it. Friends, the object initially it was made to rest on one of the circular faces on HP, and we got the top view, a circle. The circle I have divided into 12 equal number of parts, and we obtained the front view, a rectangle. Then in that rectangle, the last line was one of the end generators that was perpendicular to HP. The figure 1 was redrawn as figure number 2 with E dash E1 dash resting on HP, that is resting on the XY line, and we got the corresponding top view, and I have informed you that whenever that cylinder is resting on HP, the top view is always a rectangle and front view another rectangle having same dimension. So I have got the corresponding top view where the axis of the solid was parallel, or it can also be stated like this: the object is resting like this. What has happened here? The axis and the line or the end generator on which it is resting, the plane containing these two has become perpendicular to HP because it's seen as a line in the top view. Now in the final figure, figure number 3 is redrawn as figure number 4 with axis or the plane containing end generator and the axis inclined at 30 degrees to VP, and obtain the front view of the solid finally. So this figure represents the top view. Friends, you can see. Finally, we have the front view and top view. The bottom face in the front view is not visible and is shown by a dotted line, and the axis is now parallel to HP, parallel to HP everywhere, only it is inclined to VP. Friends, this is the completion of this problem on cylinder. I hope all of you have followed this problem, and if you find this useful to you and your friends, please share this information with your friends. Tell them to subscribe